Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm Jen Ah. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. We're starting off with weather, sponsored by 1 Hour Air. No matter the season, no matter the reason, 1 hour is here for you. We already told you about the destruction of last night's thunderstorms during this morning's newscast. By the afternoon hours, even more rounds of heavy rainstorms pounded throughout the valley. This is Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area getting hit by flash flooding. Authorities reporting about 2.5 inches of rain. And over at Blue Diamond Road and Rainbow Boulevard, some lanes were temporarily shut down. And this gas station completely washed out. Drivers also having a tough time with the heavy rain. Take a look at this overturned truck on the highway. There was also minor flooding on the streets of Summerlin. Plus, here's a look at the drainage channels doing their job, filling with massive amounts of water. And from afar and above, we want to show you the aftermath of all this flooding. Our crews shot this drone footage. As you can see, a very wet day here in the desert, completely drenched, and air very humid. And the Las Vegas Valley isn't the only area hit by the storms. As Review-Journal's Kelsey Kendall shows us, Pahrump had it even worse.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office is telling drivers to avoid flooded roadways. Storms throughout Sunday night have flooded many roads, making areas impassable. You can see here where some vehicles have gotten stranded. Storm Sunday night and earlier today caused quite a bit of damage, with all Nye County and Town of Pahrump offices closed due to flooding inside various government facilities and dozens of felled trees around town. Drivers are urged to take caution, go slow, or stay off the roads entirely in order to avoid flooding and other road obstructions caused by the storms. From the Review-Journal, I'm Kelsey Kendall.
A flood advisory has also been issued for Central, Clark County, Henderson, East Las Vegas, and McCarran International Airport. Temps are expected to dip down to the lower 80s. And for the next few days, we should get a brief break from those monsoon conditions. We're jumping back up to the hundreds until this weekend. That's when temperatures should take another dip into the 90s, along with a chance of rain. In your top stories, sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. Las Vegas police are investigating a fatal shooting involving a father and daughter in Summerlin. Police say they received a call from the father admitting to shooting his own daughter, who was in her early 20s.
The details that we're getting preliminarily, he knew that it was his daughter when the shooting occurred. There has been some initial claims of self-defense that we are still trying to corroborate. At
this time, it's unclear if the father will face charges. And drivers expect traffic slowdowns on the Strip this week. Now, that's not because of the heavy rains earlier today, but as crews continue work on revamping Las Vegas Boulevard. Officials say lane closures in both directions between Spring Mountain Road and Sahara Avenue should last until Friday morning. In health, sponsored by Forum Dental, love your smile again. So where does Nevada rank when it comes to vaccination rates and COVID cases? According to the CDC, Nevada ranks 5th in the nation for highest rates of new COVID cases per capita. But in this chart for states with the lowest vaccination rates, Nevada is actually 16th. Experts say people gathering in crowded indoor settings are a big contributor to the high COVID numbers. And since we're a tourist destination, we'll probably be affected by new variants before other cities. In entertainment, sponsored by DiscoverYourNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada. A new distillery at Area 15 mixes some imagination into their drinks. Review-Journal's Renee Summerhour tells us about Lost Spirits Distillery, which opens in August. Renee?
Jen, what you'll find on August 15th is a DIY science setup that speed ages distilled spirits. Years ago, BRYAN debuted the One Reactor, a device that essentially mimics the aging process for creating spirits. Now with it, Davis has been able to create alcohol in a few days that would normally take 20 years to produce using traditional tactics. So how does it work? By essentially getting rid of the barrel.
So one of the most interesting things about lost spirits in general is that you're tasting all of the different spirits in the imagined terroir of that individual product. So when you're sipping a glass of wine or a glass of brandy or a rum, you're really tasting the local flavors of that agriculture from that given space that are developed into those products.
Traditionally, with energy and costs it takes to produce spirits using normal methods, whiskey alone requires a minimum of 5 to 7 years to age into a quality product.
Here's the latest in sports. As a cancer survivor himself, Golden Knights defenseman SHEA THEODORE has partnered with Comprehensive Cancer Centers and Susan G. Komen, Nevada, to help raise $100,000 in new funding for K's Power Play, a fund named in Theodore's grandmother's memory. So far, the fund has supported nearly 150 Southern Nevadans who need financial assistance to receive mammograms.
You know, even to have my parents here today to kind of watch this all unfold, you know, it's definitely a special moment, and you know, I know she'd be very proud. You know, they've been able to, you know, get a lot of people tested. You know, some of the new funding here is going to help a lot more people.
Sports betting sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. The U.S. men's basketball team is down to -300 at the Westgate to win the Olympic gold medal after losing 93-86 to France in its first group play game. The Americans were 12.5-point favorites, and France was 25-1 on the live money line when it trailed by 10 in the second quarter. The U.S. was -500 to win gold before the Olympics began. The Americans are 41-point favorites over Iran in their next game Tuesday night. Iran is -50 on the money line at William Hill.
In business, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability. Thousands of Nevadans may face evictions after the federal moratorium ends this week. For those facing an eviction notice, legal aid attorney we spoke with advises applying for rental assistance through CHAP. For more tips, head over to lvrj.com and look for the story. On the Strip, tourists are back, and many are looking forward to the innovative Vegas Loop. It would run from downtown through the resort corridor to Allegiant Stadium and the airport. The Boring Company's Convention Center Loop opened about a month ago. The next stop at Resorts World should be underway, but city and county leaders say the Boring Company has yet to submit plans. In your lifestyle news, sponsored by Oakmont of Las Vegas, assisted living and memory care, the best care for the best life. Shaquille O'Neal buys this 6-bedroom estate in Las Vegas. A listing agent posted the sale this month. SHAQ reportedly paid about $2 million for this home located in the Southeast Valley near Wayne Newton's former ranch. It features a big pool and lots of white decor. SHAQ has ties to Vegas as the co-owner of a Big Chicken sandwich shop east of the Strip. Thank you for watching 7 at 7. If you have Amazon Fire TV, just search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas breaking news streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you back here tomorrow for more 7 at 7. Good night.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.